Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Ahmad Nabil Satulaza from English Education Department Class 4A, Islamic State University, Jakarta. And today I want to review 10 articles about Duolingo. And without any further ado, let's go to the first article. The first article named Mobile Assisted Language Learning Duolingo Case Study. The general problem highlighted in the article is the issue of user persistence and motivation when utilizing mobile language learning apps like Duolingo. The article highlights that despite the flexibility of mobile assisted language learning apps, users often face challenges in motivation and daily usage, leading to cheating and compromised learning experience. For the objective is to investigate the effectiveness of utilizing Duolingo as a mobile-assisted language learning tool for studying a second language. The study evaluates the impact of mobile technology on Turkish language learner autonomous learning, focusing on app efficiency, motivation, and persistence, and identifying both advantage and challenge. For the result, the article yielded several key findings. Participants demonstrate varying levels of learning gains, indicating that while apps like Duolingo can be enhanced second language knowledge, the efficiency may not align entirely with the claims made by the commercial materials. The article critiques Duolingo a grammar translation exercise and audiolingual, highlighting the need for more meaningful activities and suggesting further research on commercial apps effectiveness. And the next one, Article 2, named Duolingo as a bilingual learning app case study. The article presents a common problem faced by language learners, the uneven development of proficiency in different language. The study revealed that bilingual learner excels in one language but struggle in another, highlighting the importance of understanding this imbalance for language learning platform like Duolingo. The objective of this article is to investigate the effectiveness of the platform in promoting the acquisition of new language simultaneously for beginner. A study on a 12 years old Spanish and English language learner confirms Duolingo's effectiveness in bilingual learning. The study identifies areas for improvement in functionality and content, aiming to enhance the app for both beginner and advanced learner. The result of this article revealed at the participant, a 12-year-old student showed significant improvement in Spanish proficiency over the 2-month study period. The participant demonstrated limited progress in learning two languages simultaneously, indicating potential language development practice while demonstrating progress in Spanish through assessment tests. In the next article named The Use of Duolingo Apps to Improve English Vocabulary Learning. The general problem in this article addressed significant issues in language learning education, particularly in the context of technological advancement and the need for innovative approach to enhance vocabulary acquisition. The study development in language learning, emphasizing the need for technology integration in traditional education. The objective of the article is to evaluate the effectiveness of Duolingo apps in enhancing students' vocabulary skills within the English language learning context. The article examines the effect of Duolingo on vocabulary acquisition among students at Borneo University of Tarakan, utilizing pre-test and post-test assessment to gauge proficiency improvement. The article yielded promising results, indicating a significant improvement in students' vocabulary mastery following the use of Duolingo. The next article name is Duolingo Gamified Learning Through Translation. One potential result problem that can be derived from the article is the effectiveness of incorporating translation tasks in language learning platform. The study examines that the impact of translation tasks on language acquisition and proficiency among learners, focusing on vocabulary retention, grammar comprehension, and overall language skill, and comparing learning outcomes. One objective stemming from the article is to evaluate the effectiveness of spaced repetition, interleaving, and instant feedback and changing language learning outcomes within a gamified platform. Uh, the result that the platform emphasized on translation tasks, particularly through a focus on Form S or Font FS outcome approach, may contribute to improve language learning outcomes. Duolingo gamified translation exercise improve learner recall, vocabulary retention, and grammar comprehension, with features like spaced repetition and instant feedback boosting long-term recall rates. And the next article named Gamification in Mobile Assisted Language Learning, a systematic review of Duolingo literature from public release of 2000 to early 2020. One of the key issues highlighted in the article is the need for more comprehensive research on the effectiveness of the gamification in mobile-assisted language learning. Studies on gamified applications like Duolingo mainly focus on design elements and performance outcomes, lacking in in-depth exploration of learning factors requiring more qualitative and mixed method studies. The objective derived from the article is to enhance understanding and knowledge surrounding the implementation of gamification in mobile-assisted language learning or MALL. Next, the result of the article reveals several key findings regarding the use of gamification in mobile-assisted language learning. The review highlights the need for design-focused research on game elements' impact on educational settings, highlighting a lack of studies on performance and attitudes, especially regarding Duolingo's effects on the learner belief. And the next article name is the Duolingo English Test. One of the key issues highlighted in the article is the potential lack of validity and appropriateness of the test for university admission purpose. The test focus on word and sentence language ability, neglecting discourse and communicative competence, raise concern about its accuracy in measuring English proficiency for university admissions. The objective derived from the article is to critically evaluate the test's effectiveness as a measure of academic English proficiency, particularly in the context of university admission. The study evaluated the design, content, and scoring mechanism of a language assessment test to align with competence, while also identifying its limitation and implication. The result of the article highlights several key findings regarding its potential impact on language assessment and university admissions. The study criticized a test for assessing academic English proficiency, citing its limited scope and lack of publicly available information. And the next article named Fairness of Using Different English Accent, the effect of shared L1s in listening tasks of the Duolingo English Test. The general problem highlighted in the article is the fairness of incorporating different English accent into listening tasks. English accent diversity impacts listener performance in tasks like dictation and word recognition, requiring equitable evaluation of language skill across different linguistic backgrounds for validity and reliability. The objective of this article is to investigate the impact of using different English accent in listening tasks of the Duolingo English Test, or we can call it DIT, to assess the fairness and validity of incorporating accent varieties. And the result of the article revealed that there were no significant differences in listener performance scores across highly intelligible accent varieties in the Duolingo English Test. The study suggests that the test practitioners sought priorities, fairness, equality, and practically when designing high-stakes English tests, contributing to ongoing discussion on their validity and reliability. And next article named the effect of frequency, duration, and intensity on L2 learning through Duolingo. The one general problem highlighted in the article is the challenge of achieving significant language proficiency gains over time using mobile-based language learning apps. In one objective derived from the article is to investigate the relationship between learners in app behaviors and language proficiency gains over time. The study investigate app exposure, usage frequency, and curriculum-oriented activities impact on language proficiency development in mobile-based learning, focusing on individual differences like L2 grit and motivation. One key result from the article is the finding that total minutes of app exposure exhibit a correlation with written proficiency gains but not oral proficiency gains. And the next article named Speaking Performance, Stakeholder Perception and Test Score Extrapolating from the Duolingo English Test to the University. The general problem in this article is the challenge of extrapolating test scores to real-world performance and decision-making. The objective of the article is to investigate the relationship between speaking performance on the Duolingo English test and stakeholders' perception of comprehensibility and academic acceptability. The result of the article revealed a strong correlation between Duolingo English test, speaking scores, and stakeholder evaluation of comprehensibility and academic acceptability. And the last article is evaluating the reading and listening outcome of beginning level Duolingo course. The general problem of this article is the need for empirical testing of claims regarding skill transfer among Duolingo learners. Duolingo may transfer language skill, but empirical testing is needed. Learner proficiency rates vary, and comparison with traditional university-based program is crucial for effectiveness. The objective in the article is to evaluate the reading and listening proficiency outcome of beginning level Duolingo learners who have little to not prior knowledge of the target language and have used Duolingo as their sole learning tool. The result of the article revealed that Duolingo learners who complete beginning level Spanish reach intermediate low proficiency in reading and approach novice high proficiency in listening based on ACTFL tests. The study indicates that Duolingo learners after completing Spanish and French course achieve varying level of proficiency in reading and listening skills similar to university-based students. I think that's all for the 10 article review. I hope you find this helpful for study. So have a good day. Bye.